Y'all knows before, and they got see it so cool. Speaking on Kamari hitting that Zaza. Now, all I'm gonna say is this: CJ, he needs to stop making excuses and go get Kamari. Obviously, like I said before, she was not doing that shit when she was up there with him. And I think he makes a lot of excuses to why she's just growing and she's doing this, as you're going to see in this video. But I just feel like he needs to do his due diligence and really be more impactful in her life. Let's get into it.
Lying and dating girls. I don't want Nation eating everything but barely eating at the same time. I want us all to be happy together,
Dude,
even if
can't
it's not
stop.
as a family. Because no matter what, technically we all are a family. And I know that Kamari is out there in Indiana going through some things right now on the internet. I'm not even going to shed light on those things because she's a kid and she's learning on her own way. And I'm proud of my daughter because she's doing exactly what she want to do and she's not letting no one stop her. And I'm
It's funny how you, in the same sentence, I ain't gonna say the same sentence, but a few statements ago, and it wasn't that long ago, like a few seconds ago, you just said that you don't want Jalea dating girls. You don't want Kamari eating, but not eating enough, whatever the case may be. But then you say with Kamari smoking that she's just learning in her own way. It seems very disdainful, like you don't truly care about the overall growth and morale of Kamari. You just leaving her to the wolves, but you're more concerned with Jalea, Kamari. And don't get me wrong, you can have those good morals and good values that you do want to spew onto them. But at the end of the day, you can't just say one thing and then on the other side, you act like Kamari is just a waste. Like, oh, you know what? She's learning her own thing and she's just trying to figure it out. You wouldn't allow Jalea and them to figure it out if you were still a family with them. You would be critiquing everything they do. But with Kamari, for some reason, it's like, man, let her figure it out. Man, you need to raise that girl. Stop playing, bro.
the only one that should be taking advice from my daughter. So if you guys out there are watching her and you want to take advice, that's on you. I would say not to do anything my child does because she's a kid. But me personally, I need to take advice from her because she does what she wants and she gets away with it at the end of the day. And I need to start being like that because technically I'm only not roasting them because you guys are making me stop, which means I'm
I don't know if he being condescending, but it don't seem like it because she don't get away with it. She not supposed to get away with it. That's why she has a mother and a father. If you're the authority in her life, the one she goes to for her phone bill, whatever the case may be, you can take those things away easily. But to appease her because you feel guilty of the situation with Nike because you didn't truly want Nike, but you had a baby with her because y'all were just on some situationship type shit. Now you just all the time throughout her life, you feel like you're making up for the years that she wasn't involved by just being financially involved, but not physically. And that to me is just crazy work. You can't do one thing and then, and say one thing about somebody else and then do another. That's a contradiction. That's being a hypocrite. And like I said before, CJ sometimes comes off like a hypocrite. And don't get me wrong, you got a lot of people that have favoritism with kids, but I believe that when you're a public figure and you're recording and you got people involved in your life, you cannot be that damn biased. You got to be across the board, man.
not doing what I want to do. I'm doing what you guys want me to do. But it's okay because it's going to be a time and a date where I'm going to decide I'm going to do whatever I want to do and no one can stop me. But technically, I already was just doing that for the last month. And it felt great. Honestly, everybody was in the comments saying this dude don't miss, this dude don't stutter, and I never beat for see this so cool. Well, guess what? The reason why it all came off like that because it was organic and natural, and it felt good to me to finally release the pressure that I have been saving. So, Royalty, I said it once, I'm gonna say it again. I'm sorry to you for disrespecting you, your mom, and your kids. Honestly, even though I meant everything I said, I still love you guys, and I got a lot of love for Carnation.
And look at that. You know why you love him too? Because that money, that bag. I'm not saying that he didn't genuinely love him. I believe he did genuinely love them. I think there's a lot of shit on both sides that just cause a lot of division. But I don't think you can ever get that magic back. To be honest, just to record and make money or just to have a cordial relationship, it would have to take therapy, take God, spirituality, truth to amend anything like that. But you need to focus on things in your life that's going to transcend whatever pettiness that you're doing now because it's not fulfilling. As much as you say, man, I got off my chest, don't get me wrong. being lied on, your life damn near took it from you. That shit can weigh heavy on you and it can definitely disturb your peace. But doing evil for evil will never make you satisfied. It'll always leave you empty because you feel like you just want somebody to feel how you felt. But it's never going to happen. You have to move on and fulfill yourself. You got to allow God in your life and seek truth and separate yourself from the world because it's going to continue riding down that path, going down Alice in Wonderland. That's what's going to happen. You're going to go down a rabbit hole and it's going to be no return. You're going to be stuck. So, I don't know. People need to realize that forgiveness is the best thing you can ever do.
And I don't want anyone to think I actually genuinely hate this kid. No adult should ever be for any kid. No grown man should ever be for the woman. But when the circumstances are such as mine, you get a pass, man. They lied on me. Said I touched Jalea. Had me canceled. Had me lose money. Millions of dollars. Brand deals going down the drain. I almost lost my mind. I had to battle them in court for custody of the twins. I got shot. Overcame losing all of my friends due to the fact that when I got shot, they all turned and switched on me. I mean, literally, I went.
Yeah. And at the end of like I said before, that's traumatic. That is definitely something that is, how can I say, just nefarious. And also, when you go through, I believe, back to back to back tribulation, trials, it's a spiritual calling because they know you finna do something amazing in life. I believe that when you go through so many different traumatic situations back to back to back, that's the enemy letting you know that, damn, there's something special about you. And I don't want you to, ever live out your potential. And I'm trying to put a stop to it. That's really what that is. And a lot of us fail the test and fall victim to what the enemy has set forth for us, the traps that they put out for us. And we fall into those traps and we allow the enemy to steer us in the wrong direction. That's why we got to wake up and don't allow this shit.
Through hell and back, but now I'm here in a Maybach and no one can take it from me. This car right here, I decided to purchase this car because, like I said, I've been through a lot, and for a while I felt like I couldn't achieve anything new, and all my success was old and behind me already. So I felt like purchasing a new car, even though it really doesn't mean nothing at the end of the day, I felt like purchasing a new car would kind of help me get out of that brain fog that I had created for myself, and it did. Because look at me now. You ain't never seen me sit in the backseat to make no goddamn on YouTube video. But now I'm gonna be doing all kinds of videos because my brain and my energy is uplifted and I feel better. I got a new vibe about myself, a new sauce, a new vibe, man, a new era. And guess what? Same gas. We pumping 91, not 89, man. So if you want to.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like I said, hopefully in the future they can come to a better understanding with co-parenting. Putting the kids between adult drama will only breed bitterness, will only breed division. It's never going to ever be amended if you allow these type of things to transpire. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. And I'm up. I